Welcome. What I'm going to do is show you how to set up an Arma 3 server on a Windows PC. There are many videos out there that do this, but they are outdated and they use a system program called Tadast, and that's outdated. And the Arma, if you go to the Arma or the Exile Discord, since it's what we're building as an Exile server, they will tell you not to use Tadast. So I'm going to show you the method of not using Tadast, the more up-to-date method. First, what we'll do is we'll go to this link here, grab the files we need to install everything. I'll leave this link in the description. Hit download all. It's going to take a few minutes for it to download. So while that's downloading, we will go into our C drive, local disk C, and we're going to create a file structure to our server to get a little organized here. I'm going to put it inside this one. I already have VGS server files. You can create a new folder anywhere to put this stuff in. Let's see. I'm going to put a folder here called Arma 3. You can name it whatever you want to name it. And since I might have multiple servers up, I'm going to go ahead and create another folder called, let's call it map name Altus. See, Altus PVE. That'll work. Yeah. Let's go Exile. There we go. So I'm just going to call it Exile Altus PV. And inside the Exile Altus PV will be the root of the server. So anytime you hear me say the root of your server, it'll be this folder right here. Yep. Alright. It's just about done. Downloads. It's empty. Come on. Sweet. There we go. Alright. So we got that downloaded. Once you've got it downloaded, mine downloads to my downloads folder. It'll be a zip file. Everybody uses different programs to unzip files. I use 7-zip. It's free online. Just Google 7-zip. We're going to extract to Exile server, and then it creates a folder. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this zip file. Go inside this folder. You're going to have another folder, Exile server. Alright, so we need to find Steam command. Well, let's open the install guide. We'll go through the install guide. Kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, how you can run through this. So this is individual downloads. These are all the files that you need, programs, whatnot, that you need to install the server. Exile server, this one's included in this packet, the download we just did. Exile client, that's the mod off the Steam Workshop. We'll grab that here after a while. Steam command, that's included in these files. DirectX is included in these files we downloaded. MySQL is included. These two here are included. PBO manager is included. Notepad++ is not included. You will need to go to Google and download that, whatever version of that you want to. So yeah, just Google Notepad++, grab that. Let's see. So this is pretty much telling you file structure to use. We've I just set a file structure up for my root of my server. So now I'm going to take steam command, which is found in, nope, not that folder, Arma. Yes, so steam command will be found in Exile server, Arma folder, steam command. And so we'll copy steam command folder over to go to our local disk drive, go to where we set our file structure. Mine's Arma 3. And actually, I'm going to put this out here. I've already got a steam command folder here that I used for Truck Simulator. I can go ahead and use that for this Arma 3. But for the purpose of this video, I'll just paste it in here. Alright, so I got it outside of my Arma 3 folder. You can put it anywhere. I just don't suggest keep it out of the root folder. Don't put it in the root folder. Just to keep things a little organized. So we got steam command. Alright, inside steam command folder we have install A3 server bat. That's the server install. You're gonna right click on it. Hopefully you have Notepad++ already, and we're gonna hit edit with Notepad++. Alright, and then you're gonna have some stuff up here at the top. Just ignore lines, all this. We want to change Steam login. So where it says Steam login name, that's going to be whatever you use for your login on Steam. And then there's a space, and then the Steam, your Steam password. Used to be able to use anonymous. Like that, and run it, and it would work. But I have not gotten that to work for a long time, so I just go with my Steam login. Alright, so your Steam login information, make sure there is a space between the I guess you want to call it your Steam login name and your password. Now we got A3 server branch. I'll just leave that alone like it is. Then we got Arma 3 server path. So it starts with C drive, your drive that you're installing it on. Could be different if you choose to put it on your D drive, your F drive, whatever drive you decide you want to stick this thing on. We only have one drive. It is our C drive. So we got C drive and VGS server files, and then Arma 3 VGS Altus PVE. So Arma 3, we got Exile Altus. We have Exile Altus PVE here. So fast, easy way to, we could just copy this name of this folder over here along this, or I'll show you an easy way to, as soon as I get everything to cooperate with me here. Alright, you come up here to the address bar. If you right click on address bar and copy address as text, and then you can take all this, Control V for as in Victor, paste that, what you just copied into there. So then we got a Steam path folder, right here. So this one's going to our, oh no, I didn't copy that right. That's not the root of our folder. That we need to go into here. So you actually have to go inside the folder, the root. So copy address text and Paste. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Steam pass. So we need to point it to where we installed our Steam or pasted our Steam folder, which is right here. So we go inside this, right click address bar, copy address text. And then replace all this, Control V. Alright, so that's pointing to our Steam command. Now that's it. That's all you got to do to this folder, file. Sorry. Hit save. You can close that down. Now we need to run that file. So that was the install A3 server bat we just edited. So if we double click on it, and it'll tell us press any key to continue. So hit enter, whatever. And it'll start installing the server. Now it's telling me that it wants my two-factor authentication code. Also, another thing, if your password for your Steam has any special characters like an @ symbol, pound sign, whatever, or I guess it's a hashtag on the pound, this probably will not work. I found I had an exclamation point in one of mine, and it was causing issues. It would not install the server because of that. So I had to change my Steam password and get the special character out of it. Let's see. Steam guard code, come on. Nope. Show. There we go. FP7. There we go. Hit enter. Waiting for client. Alright, now when you start seeing these numbers start going up, this is a good sign. Our server is installing. And in this video, I'm going to cover everything to install the basic Exile server, as far as add-ons for missions and loading crates in the vehicles, any other kind of add-ons or mods. I'll cover that in a later video, but this is going to be installing the server, installing the database, and getting it playable. I will not go over how to set up ports on your router for others to join the server. You'll have to do that yourself. Due to all routers aren't the same on how port setups go. So just look up your router on Google or something. You should be able to find information on how to set ports up on your router. So now we can hit enter since it's done. Alright, so now our Steam folder has all this good stuff in it. And then our Arma 3 should have all this good stuff in it. This is the root of our server now. Alright, so now we'll go back to installation guide here. Okay, so we already have Notepad++. If you haven't already got it, get it. PBO manager. So let's go get the PBO manager from our download files here. Downloads, Exile servers, and go into Arma installs. And you'll find PBO manager folder in here. Double click on it. We're going to download the 64 version. There's 32 if you want the 32 version. It's a rare file, RAR, rare, whatever you want to call it. 7-zip does open those, so we can extract that with 7-zip. And open that folder, double click on it to install it, hit next. We want it to be installed, that path right there, next, and it's installing. Yes, we want to give it permission, and it's done, so we can hit close there. Go back to our guide here, Steam Arma install. I guess I did get ahead of myself on that whole set process. So we did this already. Steam Arma install. I guess I got ahead of myself and already did this part, but so we've already done this. We can skip that part. Now we got step 4, DirectX install. Requires DirectX, so we also got DirectX with our download files. In the install Arma installs folder here, you'll find right here, DirectX. Let's install that. Inside this is a bunch of files. You don't need to worry about any of these. The only one you need to worry about is dxsetup.exe. So we'll double click on that, hit yes, accept the agreement, click next, and let it install. Come on. Alright, so that's done. Finish. And back to our guide. Alright, now we got these files we need to install. So let's go back to find the VCRE dist, whatever the hell you want to call that. And we need to install both of these, 64 and a 32-bit. So double click on 64. I've already got it installed. So if you don't have it installed already, just go ahead and go through the setup process. We'll just hit repair for the fun of it. Same with this one. Double click on it. There, yes. Close. And now we need. Okay, so all this in red right here, it's pretty much telling you you need to have Visual C++ redistributable for Visual Studio 2015, both the 32 and the 64-bit version. If you don't have this, then you're going to run into issues. I believe this link right here would take us to the download for that. Yeah, there it is, Visual 2015, select your language. Yep, just hit download these. Isn't that the same files we just got done downloading? Yeah, no. Okay. But I'm pretty sure I already have it. And if you want to make sure you have it before you download them, just go to program, type in programs into your search bar, and you want add or remove programs, or you can do it by just typing in settings, click on settings, then go to apps and scroll through this list all the way to the Microsoft section here. It's in alphabetical order. So let's see, 2010, 2012, 2013. We got 2015. And this one is the 64 version, and this one's the 32-bit version. Alright, so we got both of those. So we should be good there. Now let's go back. Oh, I closed my guide out. Let's go back and open the guide up. Alright, so okay, we've done that. We've done all that. Alright, Exile installation. Download and extract 1.0 client. Server. So basically, we're going to touch all this right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our C drive. We're going into the Steam command folder that we put over here. So VGSR files, Steam command. And in the Steam command folder should have been another file. Now this file right here is a file I put together. It is only in my download. If you downloaded your files off of any place else, like Exile's Discord links that they have for server files, this file will not be in there. So if you want this file, you're gonna have to go to my link and grab this file. But what this file will do is download the mod. Oh, we don't want to open that yet. It will download the Exile mod for us. So we're gonna edit this, and we got Steam login again. Same process. Your Steam login name, and you pass with space in between that and the password. So all right. Workshop ID is the mod ID, so let's go make sure we got the right workshop ID here. So we're going to go into Steam. Where did that go? What's going on here? Steam, come on. Why is it doing this? So we're at Steam, go to Community, Workshop. Type in Arma 3, because we're looking for Arma 3. Well, we're looking for an Arma 3 mod. So then we're going to find the Exile mod. And it's right here. Exile mod by Grim. Click on that. Up here at the top is an address bar. If you don't see this address bar, just go to View up here in the left corner. Go down to Settings. Go down to Interface over here on the side. And you will see where it says Display Web Address Bars when available. Make sure that box is checked. Hit OK. And then you should have the address bar up here after that. So in the address bar, we want this the long number right here. So we'll go Control C to copy that number. We'll go back over here to our file, and we will paste it in here, which it was the same number, so we're good there. New mod name. So this is going to be the name of the folder that we want the mod to have on the root of our server. So for this, it has to be @exile. If it says, if you have anything else like @exile mod, you're gonna have to change things later on the road to match up for it all to work right. So just name it @exile. And then mod key folder. Don't change this. And then let's see, server path. So let's go back and do the same thing we did on that. Let's go Arma 3. This is our server right here. So we need server path, copy address text, and paste our server path in here. And then Steam path. Same thing, go to our Steam command folder right here. And right click up here, copy address text, and Steam path. And then game ID. This is the Arma game ID. Leave that alone. Final works. Yeah, so basically do not change anything below this point. You know, there's no reason to. So now hit save. Close that out. Oops. Now we can run that file. Mod download.bat. Let's double click on it. Any key to proceed. Checking available updates. Gonna want my Steam code two-factor identification again. CV. Whoa. Wrong buttons. Okay. Now it's downloading. This will take a minute while it downloads. It's not going to have no progress bar like the other one did. Here in a minute, it will shoot down to the bottom real quick with a bunch of information, but it will tell us to hit OK at the end when it's done. Come on. I do not remember it taking this long. There it goes. Alright, so basically what we're looking for here is 55 files copied. If it says 0 files copied, then it did not work. You'll have to try it again. 1 file is copied, so that's good. That was our key, our by key that we needed. And the process is finished. Press any key to continue. So basically what all that did is it installed so if we go into Steam command, go into Steam apps, workshop, content, and then this is the game, this is the Exile mod we just downloaded with everything. So it took all these files, well, it took this file right here with everything inside of it, and once it downloaded it, it copied it and it put it into our the server, the root of our server with the correct name that we wanted it to have. Add Exile. So see, it's the same files in there, just different name here. And then also copy the by key and put it in the correct keys folder. So Exile by key right here. And then we got the A3 by key here. So that's what that did. Now, let's see. After we've got the server files, it's telling us. Let's go. Don't know why it's telling you to do this part here. It's not really necessary, but whatever. Now it's telling us to navigate to the Exile server and edit the config.cfg with Notepad++. And it's telling us to edit these following sections of it. So let's go ahead and go do that. Arma 3, Exile Altus, and oh, I skipped this one. So we need the server file. We got the client files. We need the server files. So the server files, go back to our downloads. Exile server. Exile server. Okay, Exile server files right here. And we're going to select this first one here. Head down to the bottom one here. Hold your shift key down and click on it. Selects all that. Then we're going to copy all that back to the root of our server. So going back to the root of the server. Alright, so we do have a couple of those already. Like the battle eye stuff here. So we're just going to right click and paste. If it asks us to replace the files in destination, go ahead and do that. Alright, so now we got our server file here. Now we're going to go into Add Exile Server, go into config.cfg. I'm going to right click it, edit with Notepad. Okay, host name, put this whatever the name of your server you want. So like BGS test. And then this password, if you want the server to be locked to where you have to have a password to join the server, you can put a password in here. Password admin. You need to change this to whatever password you want your admins to have, or want to be able to log in as admin. So I don't know, we're just gonna do something like admin 123. Make it something that you are gonna remember. I will change this later on down the road, but just for demonstration purposes. Let's see, so server command password is going to be referenced in another file here pretty soon. They do recommend these two to be different. I've always done them the same just because it's only one that I have to remember, password that I have to remember. I've never seen it conflict, but who knows. Do not use Verified Signatures 2, cost too many FPS. Battle Eye 1, required build. If I remember right, weak. That is no longer used if I remember right. We'll comment that out. So backslashes like this, like you see here, here. These, we're commenting that out. So the system does not recognize this as code anymore. It's just like a note. We put a note in there. So I wanted to keep it, but we just making it to where it can't be read. Allow file extensions. Leave all that the same. Message of the day interval. So I'm not sure if this is done by probably. I think this is done by minutes. So it's set for 5 minutes. Max players. Unless you have really good hardware, I wouldn't do 100 players. So like 20, 40 players, depending on how good of a setup you got. Vote mission players, vote threshold. All this here, you can keep it the same. Timestamp. And then you can change the message of the day right here. Just change everything inside of these quotations. So, welcome. Sure. Just put whatever you want for message of the day. Then we got the template. We're doing Exile Altus. You can use whatever map you want. I'm doing Altus, so we'll copy this here. So you got nameless, Tanoa, escape, Tanoa. So come on. So we'll change that to Exile Altus. Difficulty is regular or hardcore. I think hardcore is first person only. I can't remember. I've always done regular, but whatever. So save that. So we got that set up. Then we can go into our add-ons folder and our Exile server config. I believe is what we're going to be doing now. Yeah, let's go over here. So we did our host name, our password, our admin password, server command password, max players. Okay, so persistent should be set to 1. I'm pretty sure it was already set to 1. We'll go back and make sure. Persistent right here. Yep, it's already set to 1. So to change map, scroll down to class mission. We've already done that. We've already saved it, so we're good there. Navigate to Add Exile Server and edit extended database config ini with Notepad. Edit the following fields. Okay, so we're gonna go in the same area we're in with the config. You'll have extended database config ini. Right down here, right click on it, edit with Notepad. We're going down here to this portion here. This should say Exile, mysql. Name is going to be the name of your database. My database, I'm probably going to change its name to, you can use Exile, keep it simple and just leave it the way it is, but your database name has to match it. I'm going to change it to BGS Altus. Just because I do plan on making another server later down the road, I can't use the same database name, so this one's going to be for the one we're And actually, we'll change it to PVE. There we go, VGS Altus PVE, because we're using Altus, and it's a PVE server, going to be a PVE, so that way later on down the road, if I do use Altus again, but I want you to make a PvP, then I can have a database for that, whatever. I think I say whatever a lot. Just now realize that. Alright, so username, change me, so let's change the username to oh, I don't know. We'll just do admin for now. And password. Admin 123, sure. Port IP, keep that the same. Port, sure, we're using that port. Stay the same. So everything else is good. So we just needed the name of our server, the username and the password, login information for our data. I say server, I said server. So the name for our database, the login information for our database, and that's it. The IP and the port can stay the same because we're doing it on this local PC here. So we can save that. We can exit that. Let's go back to our guide. Excel server config. Where are we at here? Okay, so we did all this. Save and overwrite extend. We did that. Now we can go to Excel server add-ons folder and go into the server config.pbo. So that would be up here in the add-ons folder, server config.pbo. So if you haven't already installed PBO Manager, it'd be a good idea to do that, because we're going to right click on this folder and we're going to go down to PBO Manager and we're going to extract to Excel server config. Now we should have a folder up here, Excel server config. Go into this and we want to open config.cpp with notepad++. Alright, so there's only a few sections we really need to change, but you can go down through here and change everything you want. Like this is all the loot tables in the first portion. It takes up a big chunk of this portion of this file here. So we're going to keep scrolling down past all the loot stuff. And actually, let's show you something real quick. So we got CFG buildings. So these are all the buildings with the positions for loot spawns. And keep going down. Where's it at? Come on, I don't remember this file as being this long. Shops. Jesus. Come on. Oh, I passed it. Alright, so right here, after these positions, we have a class called CFG Exile Escape Loot Server. This is the loot table for escape servers, but we're not doing escape servers, so that doesn't So if we ever need to do anything with loot, we don't want that. We want a little farther down here, there's another. It'd be a lot easier if I just search for it. Exile. Loot. So that's the Exile loot server. Yep. So we want Exile loot server. So if we ever change anything with our loot tables, it will be in this class right here between this bracket and the bracket clear down here. All the stuff that's in the green, commented out, it's not in use. This is what you're looking for right here. This is the loot table of food, and this is loot table of drinks, loot table for pistols. Alright, enough with loot tables. Let's get past all this. Alright, so now we're class CFG settings. Alright, so let's go down. Permanently delete time, remove all deleted items from database after X days. So this is the garbage collector, weapon holders, dead loot. So permanent delete time set for 3 days. It's telling us days before unpaid territories. This is stuff you don't have to set like this. You can change it whatever you want it to be. It's just these are the main focuses they're telling you that you're going to want to set up to fit what you want. So basically, I'm not even going to change any of these. I'm just going to leave them as default for right now. But the one you do want to go take care of are server settings here. So we need to go down here past all the stuff, go down. Keyframe, sunny, wind, time. Okay. So now where it says, it's down past the weather stuff here. Class time, use real time. So basically, if this was set to 1, it would be real time. So if it was dark where you're at, it'd be dark in the game, and it wouldn't change to daylight until it was actually daylight in real life, whatever. There it is, whatever again. Oh, this is for time. What? Okay. Confused. Use real time, use static time. So I think if you can't have both these at 1. Wonder why they did that. Anyways. So static time, so basically if you wanted to have it when your server did restarts, if you wanted it to be 6 a.m. on every restart, you would need to change, let's see, 10, 24, 15. Let's go take a look at this real quick. So this shows 4 p.m. February 25th, 1986. So February 25th, 4 p.m. So the last two is the time. So this one is set at 15:30. So that should be like 3:30 in the afternoon. So we want 6 o'clock in the morning. That's what we are going to change it to. So every time my server restarts, it will be 6 in the morning. And then class Archon server password. We had this set back in our config.cfg. Come on, notepad. So yeah, server command password. Admin123 is what we set it to. So then you come over here. And paste that in there. Now we got our server command password right here. Admin123. Command password, not the actual password to get in the server, but the command password for the server that I was talking about earlier. We was going to reuse. So use auto lock, and this stuff will not work unless you have your Archon set up. Restart timer, use kick time, restart messages, restart warnings, shut down. Alright, so that takes care of that stuff. Down here on the events, you got supply box, abandoned safe, flyer, earthquake. Don't worry about escape events. It doesn't deal with us because we're not doing an escape server, but it can just stay there. So say if we did not want earthquakes, we could just take from this comma right here to right here, just delete that out of there. We don't have any more earthquakes. So we'll have a supply box, an abandoned safe, and an ambient flyover event. So this here is called an array, and in every array there's commas separating each index here. This is index, index, index. So index 0, index 1, index 2. It always starts with 0 in every array. But the last one in the array does not get a comma at the end of it. So we can save that, and we can exit that. Exit that there. Okay. So now we got that set up. Now we got to go back in. So we just worked in this file or folder right here. We can get rid of this folder and actually I honestly on this how I got that back was Control Z. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder down here called backups. And the reason for this, just in case we did something wrong and the server doesn't start right, we can go back to the the version of it. So I stuck that PBO into the backups. Now we got our Exile server config folder here still. We want to right click on that, go down to PBO manager, and select the option pack into Exile server config.pbo. There we go. Now we got our server config PBO here. The one we just did all our changes in. So now I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now we can go close this down. Alright, we did all this. Okay, now we're going to install the database. Alright, this one, I'm probably gonna actually go step by step on this one because it's a little more complex, I guess you can say, if you haven't done it quite a few times. So it says navigate to see Arma installs mysql. So let's go back to our downloads, download files in our downloads section here, go in here, and that was, oh, yep, so Exile server, mysql. Oh, I think I went to the wrong way. Oh, installs. So we gotta go Exile server, Arma, installs, and mysql, and community MSI. Now we're gonna right click on that. Guess we were gonna double click on it. I was gonna run as an administrator, but so yes. Do you want make changes? Yes, I do. Alright, let's go back over here. So navigate to folder, execute the installer. We did that. Accept the agreement. Click next. So we gotta accept the license terms and click next. And then select setup type as full and click next. So setup type as full right here. Click next. And then MySQL might report on failed requirements. Click execute for the installer to fix missing or broken requirements. You might be asked to install and or repair previously installed components. So let's see. Wow, that's all fuzzy right there. Okay, let's hit execute. And I have read and accept. We don't want no information. Hit install. And then click finish. Says complete these installations to continue. Not all requirements will be fixed, and you do not have to fix requirements with a manual status. So if we look back over here, these say manual. We don't have to worry about fixing them. So we can go ahead and hit next. One or more product requirements have not been satisfied. Da, da, da. Yes, okay. We're fine with that. So we didn't have to worry about them. So once the components have been installed, click next. Yes. You'll be notified about failing product requirements. Click yes. We just did that. Alright, so click execute to proceed with the installation. So go back here, we'll click execute. Let it do its thing. and click next. So it says click next twice to start SQL configuration. So we click next once, it says ready to configure, we'll click next again. Now select config type as server machine and leave the remaining details as default. Yeah, so standard MySQL server, classic. This is the one we want right here. We don't want the IN. So that's good. So we'll hit next. That wasn't even covered in the guide. So yeah, that one step we just did wasn't even covered. This is what we're looking at now, and this is what it's talking about. So this goes with this. Whatever, so we'll just do a server machine, leave everything as default, click next, and MySQL root password. Come on, get off of there. We were going to, I think we did admin 123. 123. So repeat password admin 123. And that password that I'm using is the one we set up back in our, so we go C drive, BGS server, Arma 3. So go to the root of your server and go to Exile server folder. Go to extended database config.ini and down in this section down here for our database that we had set up, this is the password that I chose to use for that, so that's got to match what we're doing now here. Alright, so oh, caps lock is on, of course. Turn caps lock off. Add. I could have swore I just turned caps lock off. Okay, caps lock's off. 3 admin 123. Alright, so we've got that. So yeah, this is what we just did. We configured the password. Now it says click add user and enter details below and click OK. So these are not the details I'm going to be using. So add user. We're just going to go username is going to be the add. I'm just going to use this username. I'll change it later. That password. So admin host. Keep all that the same. Password. We'll go ahead and do admin 123. Confirm password admin 123. Okay. And we'll click next. Now back to our guide. Click next to accept my account and roles. And then it says click next. So we're going to leave all this the way it is. And we're going to okay, so here's another part that's not covered. So this can stay the same. We don't want any plugins or extensions. And now we can hit execute. So we are right here. Click execute proceed. Oop, a little back up that. Click execute. Okay, get off there. And I'm pretty sure we can hit finish now. Finish to complete. So hit finish. And click next to proceed with the product configuration. So click next. Click check to verify connection to the database. So let's finish. Next. Okay, so those parts weren't in there either. Alright, so now here's where we hit check. Connection successful, so we're good there. Click next to proceed. So click next and execute. Let us do its thing. And then hit finish. And then next. And click next and the finish to start MySQL workbench. So click finish. Now this pop up. We don't need this up here. So we can exit that. Let's go ahead. Okay, so this is where we're at. So we'll minimize that down here. Use keyboard shortcut Win key plus R. So Windows key plus R pops up this. And we want the services m.msc, so copy that. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and hit OK. Okay, now it's going to tell us search for mysql 57. Right click and stop service. Okay, and keep the window open. So let's go find mysql. Should be in alphabetical order. MySQL 57, right click, and stop. Okay, so we got it stopped. Keep this up, just minimize it down here. Enable hidden files in Explorer and navigate. So let's go here. We're gonna go view and hidden items. So if you click on view, go to the right here. Make sure this box has a check in it so we can see hidden items. Now we can go C drive, program data, MySQL. So let's go C drive, program data, MySQL, MySQL server 5.7, 5.7. Right click my.ini and select edit with notepad. So my.ini, right click and edit with notepad. Now we're going to, pretty sure I should have done this with administration privileges, but let's see, right click, scroll down to and change the following text. So we need to find SQL mode equals. So oh, come on. So copy that. We're going to go find that in here. So if you press Control F, You'll get this find box to pop up here. Make sure find tab selected right here and paste in what we're looking for. Hit find next. If it didn't work for you, make sure you got wraparound turned on and normal search mode here. So then it brought us to SQL mode. We need to remove everything between the quotations. Leave the quotations. Yeah, so it should look like this. MySQL mode equals quotations. Now we're going to hit save. Save failed. Cannot save. May be protected. You went to lot. So see, I told you I needed administrator mode. Yes, I want to do administrator mode. Now, if we hit save, there we go. Now we got it saved. So that's all we got to do there. We can exit that. Alright, save the override -I, did that, go back to services, MSC, and start the service back up here. So if we right click on this and hit start, so it's the same one we stopped, just hit start on it, so it'll start up. And then open MySQL Workbench and double click local instance MySQL, enter password. Yes, okay, so we're done with this, we can close that. Alright. Then we had the password admin123, enter. Alright. So now we are in our database. And alright, now we got to follow the rest of this. In the left-hand pane under schemas, right-click each schema and select drop schema. If prompted, select drop now to continue. So we got to get rid of the schemas. So right-click down here, drop schema, drop now, drop schema, drop now, drop schema, drop now. Okay. Underneath the file tab, click create new SQL query icon. So up here is a page with plus icon. Click on that to create SQL query. And let's move this over. Alright, so then we need, once new query is created, click the open file icon. Navigate to C Arma server mysql directory and select to open the Exile SQL file. Okay, so here is where I'm going to do a little bit differently than what they did because I changed the name of my database. I'm going to change the name of my database for this server. So in order to change the name of my database, I will need to go to the downloads folder, go here, and the files they're talking about is right here in this MySQL folder and exile.sql. This is the first one we're going to deal with, so we're going to right click and edit with Notepad. Alright, so here's where I said in our database config.ini file, so create database if not exist, we named ours, I can't remember what we named ours, let's go find out. File Explorer, C drive, server files, Arma3, Altus, Excel server, extended database config ini, there we go. Alright, so my name is VGS Altus PV, right here, boom. going to change that to this. And that. Hopefully I did that right. Pretty sure. Save that. And then we're going to, okay, so we've changed that. Now we can run this. So I'm done with that. We can close that. So now we can go to the folder, open a script file in this editor. So click on that. We will go to our downloads, Excel server, mysql, SQL, and that's the one we just edited. So open it, and we can execute the select lightning bolt up here to execute the selected portion. And looks like it. So if we hit this refresh button here, we should have a new database. There we go, VGS Altus PV. We got tables, account, clan. Yes, we're good to go. That's our database now. So we can close that. Go back into guide. Once file has been added, execute. We already did that. Fresh CMA list by clicking the rotation. Did that. Close MySQL workbench. Now we got to. Okay, before we do this, we're gonna put the upgrades in here. So MySQL. So we're gonna run upgrade 1.2 to 1.3. We're gonna run both of these. So let's go back over here. We're gonna go hit the folder icon, go to upgrade 1.023. We're gonna run this one first and execute. So that should be good. And we can close that. New SQL. Open the file here. We're going to run this one. Open. So then we'll hit lightning bolt there. So we got an error code 1060 duplicate. So this is telling us we already got this column named territory ID. Vehicle add territory ID. So we can go back over here. Alter table vehicle add territory ID and 11 on default null Excel vehicle texture. So we can go ahead and just delete that out of there, run it again, see what happens. Alter table vehicle add nickname code duplicate column name nickname. Okay, so we've already got this one too, so we get rid of that one. Let's try and make sure. I'll just make sure all these are already duplicate key name, so that one's good. So apparently all these updates were already in the main file. Cannot write duplicate key table. Okay, so that file that was didn't need to do anything with that one apparently. Don't save. Alright, so then alright, we can close the workbench. So just go up here and hit the X. It should still be running down here. If it's not running here, then your database probably isn't running at all. So that's what that icon is. Alright, so now we're going to go press the window key and search for Windows Firewall. So we'll just go down here, new firewall, advanced security. So we wanted Windows Defender firewall with advanced security. Now it's telling us launch Windows Firewall. In the left pane, select inbound rules. So let's go inbound rules. And hit new rule. Select inbound rules. In the right pane, select new rule. In the rule wizards, Windows select program and click next. So program next. Click browse and navigate to we want the Arma 3 server exe. So this program path, we want to hit browse. So let's go to the root of our server. BGS server files, Arma 3, Exile Altus. So down in the root of our server, we should have Arma 3 server exe and then the 64 exe. We are only setting up for the 32-bit version, which is this Arma 3 server.exe. Later on down the road, I'll do a video on how to set up a 64-bit version, but right now we're just doing 32. Open, click next, go back over here, select allow the connection and click next. Select domain, private, public, click next. So we need to allow the connections, already selected, so next. Make sure all these are checked, click next. Now we can name it. So let's do Arma 3 BGS Altus inbound. So Arma 3 BGS Altus inbound is what I'm going to name mine. You can name yours Arma 3 inbound, just like the guide shows if you want to. Altus inbound. Actually, we'll do PVE. Finish. Alright, so then that's done. Now we got to do the same exact thing for outbound. So we go outbound rules, new rule, program, next. This program path, same program, Arma 3 server, exe, open, next. Allow the connection, domain, private, public, next. And this one's going to be Arma 3 BGS Exile PVE. Oh, we did Altus PVE outbound. Finish. Alright. Close window firewall and advanced security because we're done with that. And navigate to C, Arma server, and edit the Exile auto start bat with Notepad++. So let's go back over here and go Exile server files. Nope, not server files. We want Arma server. Okay, so yeah, Arma server. We got the Exile auto start.bat. Let's copy this and put it into the root of our server. BGS Arma 3 PVE. We're gonna paste it right here in the root. So paste. Make sure you select it out here in this white section. Don't hover over any of the folders when when you paste it because it will paste inside the folder and not down here where it needs to be. Alright, so we gotta right click it and then edit with Notepad. So up here we got to point this CD. So up here we got C. This is our C drive. You need to point there. If you used D, E, F drive, whatever, change that to what it needs to be. And CD, we got our C drive, Arma, and server. So we got to go change that to the root of our server, copy as address text, paste. So there we go. C drive, VDS server files, Arma 3, Exile, Altus PVE. Leave that like it is. So start Arma 3. So this stuff you can keep it all the same. Mods, these. So we got the Exile mod already in here. Cart, Marksman Heli. Server mod is add Exile server. So these have to match. So like add Exile, it has to match the name of this folder right here. Add Exile server, add Exile server. I'm not sure if the capitalization matters or not. I'll just change it. And then config. We gotta point this here to the right config. So ours was the root of our server. So we need to go back up here and copy this. So copy this. We're going to go from the C for C drive, and we're going to go over here right before the backslash, before Exile server. We're going to paste that in there. That will point it to our config file. And we got ports 2302. Arma 3 server, add Exile server, basic config. So we got to change this here as well. So we'll do the same thing we did a minute ago. We'll just copying that information. We're gonna put it over here. We're gonna go from the C drive here, and it is gonna go right here before the add Exile server backslash. Paste that in there. And we should be good to go there. So let's save that. And leave all this like it is. Alright, now should be able to start this bad boy up. So close that, close that, close that. Exit that. Alright. So we're in the root of our server here. And to start this server, we just need the Exile auto start .bat. And we'll double click on that. Have two boxes pop up, launching server. So yeah, once that'll minimize automatically down here. Alright, so we did everything correctly, this is what we should see. So this box right here, we don't need it. If we had our Archon stuff set up correctly, this would be useful for restarts and stuff. I use a bat file for my restarts. I don't use the Archon, but you can keep it open, close it, whatever. This is what we worried about right here. This is our server right here. Roles assigned, reading mission read, game started. Alright. And if we go into our logs, which should be in here, SC. This SC folder will be where your logs are. So go into SC, and then you're looking for the file that has .rpt. So that's our report. So if we right click and edit with Notepad, this is going to tell us everything we need to know what happened on startup. So all this information here, standard stuff, and keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Down here we should see right here. So we've got all this information. Looks like we're good there. So cannot play, move. Error bone, this is normal stuff right here. Don't worry about it. Keep on going down. Mission file, world atlas, structures, complete. Excel server, extended base call loaded, extended database 2, installed database. So this looks like we have a successful launch. Now I'm going to go, so once you've seen this has launched correctly, what you can do, if you don't have to change ports or nothing, I have to change ports on my router to connect to this because this is on a separate machine than what I'm going to be gaming on. This is on a. So what you could do if you set this up on the same machine that you're gaming on, it is possible to play on it while you're gaming and run the server at the same time. You have to launch, or you have to open your Arma 3 game. So what you do is you'll have to, come on. And actually, I can show you on this server here. Let's exit that, disconnect that, and close that. So let's go here. Okay, so this is my gaming PC right here. And if I open Arma 3 game, come on. Okay, so this is Arma 3 dashboard here. Let's go servers. Alright, so this is my favorites list up here. And we're going to go here. I'm going to go start my server. Where's our server? Altus. So this is a different server that I've already had this one set up for quite a while on this PC that I did test on. Do all my tests for my main server on it. This will not work if you did not start this first. Then you won't be able to connect to it. You got to start, your Arma game first, then start your server. If you start your server first, your Arma game won't launch. Alright, created home. I haven't started this for a while, so we might actually have a database connection issue, actually. Come on, database connection. I'm pretty sure we're going to have one. Yes, we are, because it's not running. mysql. Let's close that down. I got to stop it because I got to start the database. Instance. And let's go. Yep, it's stopped right there. Start server, yes. Alright, now it is running. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's go back and start this server back up. I think it's running. Why is it not showing up there? Guess we'll find out. Alright, so now, this is a little bit different because I actually have Archon working on this, but successful attempt to execute server command, unlock my server. That's because I have an Infostar running on it. So you're not going to see that. But if all this was looping through, showing that it was starting and stopping, then that would tell me that the database wasn't connected. That's one way to figure that out. So if we hit refresh, there's VGS test right there. That's the one but it looks like we have an outdated mod, or a missing mod. I haven't started this for a while, so yeah. But anyways, that's how you can connect to your server that you're using on the same machine. As long as you start the game first before you start your server, you'll be able to connect to it. Alright, well, that does that. My next video, I might go over, I don't know, just leave a comment down below on what you want to see a video on as far as like add-ons or how to install mods or whatever, and I can do that. But there are videos out there. If you want up-to-date stuff, just let me know and I'll put something out for it. Alright, thank you for watching.